Okay, quick Tuesday morning radar update. So, a bit of a pop on the open, and then we're just drifting back after a pretty good day in small caps yesterday. And I will say we're having a good day today as well. Just we're coming into the zombie session where we just drift back into these pivots here. Large caps not acting well today. Small to mid caps acting pretty good. So I'm just going to jump through these screens. We're going to see stocks I hold. We've held as a group at my website for a long time now. Obviously, we always say you chase your die. So just because I'm talking about a stock I'm in and it's up, it certainly doesn't mean it's a low risk entry. We get paid by sitting in these trends and riding these trends for time. So yeah, low risk entries. Hindsight don't pay the bills. Remember that. It's about the entries and it's about riding the trend. So I'm just going to fly through these. I'm just going to run two screens this morning, and I'm going to run the up on day screen, and I'm going to run the volume leaders screen, and there'll be the same stocks in some of each, but there isn't that many on the up on the day. It's 36 stocks. I'm just going to order these by sector, get a little bit of a sector breakdown. Financials, real estate, investment services, and a couple of REITs in there as well. It's a general mix. And let's just buzz through these and see what's actually up on the day. And I don't just mean, I mean trading up on the day, meaning you can sell above the previous day's high rather than just being positive. I mean actually making a move. BlackRock just bumbling around on the lows. This thing here is a very sloth-like investment trust. You're not going to find much beta in there. So quick fly through these. XPS continues. I'll just zoom this out for you. Just zoom this out. Sloths can move. Sloths on the move. These very slow moving stocks that they can actually rack up some returns, can't they? When it comes to position sizing, because of the lower beta nature of them, you end up with heavier positions. So don't think that you get a lower beta effect on the account. It just doesn't work like that. VNet, yeah. We talked about that base retest, very normal. That's what it did in that bad market, and it's on the march again today. Time.
The FTSE oversold.
Sloths on the move. Same. I actually my entry on this, my first entry was on the cheat, and I added above the base, and then it went to sleep. I don't hold this anymore. My dad died. I had to close the positions in his account, and I couldn't buy it back in my own account due to buying other things. So, but many at my group still hold this one, doing its thing, trend following. Let me just put the log scale on here. Schoolboy error, turning up on some kind of hit of sugar. Landor Resources there as well. Tongue, brickability, right side of a base potentially. These are always sloth-like. I used to work right opposite a brickworks, and they worked 24 hours shifts for the last 40 years or something. They always had a shift on, and into the weekends as well, and it's a job you can't speed up. You can expand, but you can't speed the job up, so they tend to be very steady and obviously cyclical. WATR, big base there. A little bit of news today on that. and maybe better price action, tighter price action will prevail soon. Moving on. It gapped out of the last base here as well, didn't it? We had this reverse vol base, and we talked about, reverse vol base, back to basics. What do we look for if you get a reverse vol base? Well, you get a pro gap for a start, but this has got everything what I talk about in the share scope articles. Pro gap, gap test swing point. There it is. We get the gap test swing point, buying the pullback on the reverse vol base, and then there's a breakout here. I got involved on the breakout. I know some of you got involved earlier, but yeah, it's a little bit of a sloth-like area again. Sloths sometimes do pay the bills, as they say, as someone says. There's a broken record. Longboat energy there, obviously. Put your cowboy hat on, as they say. CLBS, I do see the base. I do see the base. We talked about it last night, didn't we? Was it last night? Return to growth. Very early, very early. I'd rather be buying it after a spike higher and a new base at higher prices, personally, myself. But I'm just going to sneak peek of the fundamentals of this one. Return to growth, return to profit before tax. Turnover is basically steady there. There's not much turnover difference. 139 to 148, which was accelerating to 150. It's just basically 1% growth for forecast. TPFG, yeah, never doubt it. This was the one in the sector that we were screaming and shouting about, weren't we? Not that we've ever done that. Yeah, low risk entries. It's 32% out the base. Obviously, it's a very tight base. In multiples of R, that's probably getting on for 2R now, but slightly less. But it's a very tight base because it's a lower beta, sloth-like mover. Soak up more portfolio. Card Factory, yeah, choppy, horrible base. You remember the one? The bigger the base, the less likely it's going to space. Who said that? Yeah, real flat on its numbers as well. Moving on. ELCO, zoom it out. Doesn't matter what the news is today. Are you taking part in that move or not? Yeah, moving on. IGP, it's the Trading Basis Hall of Fame today, and I'm just going to quickly go onto the volume leaders and see what's in the volume leaders today. I put 35% in here, and we'll just go from volume down. What's on the most volume? Obviously, there's a little bit of a hit of sugar in the RNS today here. Yeah, we always talk about these bottle rockets. When you see this on an RNS, anyone buying this spike, I can't even remember a time when this worked without a big deep pullback or a better entry. I can't remember. Been doing this a long time, way too long, and I've got a bad memory. I'm terribly dyslexic and I can't remember things either. So yeah, maybe there is a few out there, but more time, 98 times out of 100 they will just give it back up again. So just group there. Let's just buzz through these. LMD, Coach Group. I'll just it broke out. I bought the pullback. I bought it here actually. So, look at that. I sat through a little bit more of a pullback, and then it went up straight up to what I call a swing target. I have a position in this, and in what I'm calling the family account these days. and capturing a few 250 stocks in the net. Just buzz through the rest of these. VNet there. See if there's anything new. AOM, fantastic. Gamma holding up well, held up well, didn't it, through that market action? It is the Hall of Fame today, isn't it? It's the, we're just doing a bit of a lap of honour in the in our stock selection, but that will bite me on the ass, won't it? Yeah, if anyone's interested in what we do, I don't run a hindsight sort of, this is how you should do it. We do it in real time. I'm not shouting audibles, buy, sells. That's not what I do. I don't do any of that. We compile a list of the best stocks and we look at the low risk entries and exits, and we all trade a different. We're going to have a different combination of entries on even if we're in the same stock. Some people might have bought base, some people are pullback, but I teach how I structure an account, and we don't disappear in a bad market. We're ready for a bad market. We turn up every day, and this is what we do. I've been doing it for a long time now, and if you want, no BS, turn up every day, you're not going to be very excited. I'm not doing exciting things here. It's extremely boring what we do. But the key is just turning up every day. If you're still getting excitement, you're not ready for it. I'll be honest. But we just turn up every day, and it's about getting the account trending in the low risk manner. We choose the risk we accept in the markets, and that's what I do at Trading Basis. So also go over and check out the YouTube feed. I do sporadically drop these. Obviously this is going to be on YouTube as well, but check the website tradingbasis.co.uk.